Hey guys, and welcome to MPS tips video. And in today's video I wanna tell you what's new in MPS 5.536. If you guys are running a lower version of MPS, you are welcome to run your MPS update center, click this download and install, then choose your MetaTrader platform and then select it. That's it. MPS Update Center also creates a folder with MPS files on your desktop where you can find keyboard controls. Yes, study these keyboard controls, and also a README file. The README file gives the following information. It tells you the name codes of the patterns in case you want to use some standard patterns, harmonic patterns, advanced formations, or whatever. You just set this code instead of the pattern names, and then you no need to set the ratios because the ratios will be applied automatically. Okay, and also I started logging the history, and in version 5.536 I added an option to set patterns from files. Okay, previously I added an option to set the direction of your trading from files based on patterns ratios. This is a bit different now. Now you can set the pattern itself. You can set the B point ratio, the C point ratio, stop loss, take profit, and target, simply creating a file, settings file. Okay, to create a settings file, you need to go to your let me open my MetaTrader, by the way. By default, I have the following settings of my MPS. No patterns are enabled, yes. Section 1, Section 2, they are empty, and the default settings are those. Nothing, just empty. The algorithm is 6. Okay. Well, now let's go to create some file. We will go to files, and what you need to create a txt file, text file, new text document, and you call it this way. You name it this way, sorry. Settings, then dash, then goes the pair, Euro USD, and then goes time frame, 30 minutes. Okay, so then you change the extension to CSV. Perfect. If you change file name extension, it might not be usable. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now Excel automatically recognizes the settings Euro dollar 30 minute, but we won't use Excel to fill in the entries into this file. We will use the notepad. So you right click, open with, and you hit this notepad. Whatever notepad you use, it doesn't actually matter. I'm using Notepad++. It is free and it is very handy. Okay, then what you need to set. The first entry is your pattern's name. Let us call the pattern Alex. Then you choose you type a semicolon to separate entries. The second entry should say what should be the entry, and let my entry be 0.786 of the pattern. Then I say what should be my stop loss. Let my stop loss be 113. Then I say what should be my target ratio. The target ratio is based on risk distance. So if my risk is 10 pips and I set the target ratio to 2, then my target will be 20 pips. Okay, let my target be 1.5 ratio. If my stop loss is 10, then my target will be 15. Then after I have set this, I need to set minimal B point, maximal B point, minimal C point, maximal C point. So my minimal B point requirement should be 0.618. My maximal B point requirement should be 0.786. And for the C point, my minimal C point requirement should be 0.618, and my maximal C point requirement should be 1. Okay, that's it. One line sets one pattern. If I press enter, the second line created, and in my second line I will set the second pattern. So let me call this Gartley, by the way, because it is a Gartley with 1.5 target ratio. Let us set a something, I don't know, maybe butterfly, something of this kind. Yes. Okay, so my entry of the butterfly should be 1.272. Okay, my stop loss should be more than 1414, preferably 1.618. It is greater than 1414. My target ratio, let it be twice greater than my risk. My minimal B point should be 0.786. My maximal B point should be well, let it be 1. My minimal C point should be 0.382, and my maximal C point should be 1. So this is a butterfly advanced formation variations. Now we save the file. Okay, yes, and then if we go to close this as well, if we enable a special option in MPS which says, should I set patterns using files? If we enable it to true, it will use our settings. So the first one is a Gartley and the second one is a butterfly. Of course, you can change the color here. Automatically it was set as blue, but we need, let's say, black to distinguish between a butterfly and a Gartley, sorry. So this is the butterfly and a Gartley. And the stop losses, targets, of course, can be also fine-tuned and modified here. Okay, so what you should keep in mind that the order of these entries here, the order of these entries, boom, 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 in my files, the order of these entries here, this, and this, it coincides absolutely with the order that is generated by Pattern Optimizer. So you see, this was the file that I created yesterday that gives me the best expectancy, best thing. So this block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this first 8 entries of this row, yes, they actually contain the information. This tells me how many patterns we have. This tells me what was the entry. Let me rename it this way. This is the stop loss, the target, minimal B point, maximal B point, minimal C point, maximal C point. And then we have how many winners, what was the average win, what is the win percentage. Then we have how many losers, what was the average loss, what was the loss percentage. Here was the risk to reward and the expectancy. It is needed to analyze a patterns parameters, but in MPS only this first part of this line is used. So what I'm going to do right now, I am going to do the optimization test of Eurodollar, yes, instead of those files that are instead of this file that was created with random patterns. Let me create a special optimization file that will only draw the best patterns possible for this pair. Let me do the optimization test. If you guys never seen how the optimization test is done, you should probably watch my previous video, and this video is called a superhero pattern for pound-dollar. Okay, now let's create a superhero pattern for euro-dollar as well. Let me run the pattern optimizer. Let me load optimization set here. It will tell me what should be minimal and maximal entries and what should be the step of incrementing those things. And let me disable comments this time. So when I run that, now the optimization started. And if we will go to our files here, we'll find the Eurodollar folder, and you see its size is increasing. So more kilobytes here. It will take for about a minute or so, maybe 1 minute and a half, but well, it will do I don't remember the exact number, but almost 1000 backtesting rounds, and before every round the optimizer changes the stop loss, the entry, the target, the B point, the C point, and this way we have those thousands of backtest rounds, and every round has, of course, his own results. We will then filter those results, and then we will attach these results as our file to set our patterns. Very handy stuff, because as I told you, the first 8 entries in our optimization file, they actually coincide, the order of these entries coincide with those that are needed for pattern settings to be set from files for MPS. We are close to end. It should be somewhere 80 kilobytes. Now it is done, 79 kilobytes, and we can open the file. So what we have here is number of trades, entry, stop, target, minimal, maximal B point, minimal, maximal C point, number of winners, average win, win percentage, number of losses, average loss, loss percentage, risk reward, and expectancy. Pattern Optimizer is the next generator software. I never heard anybody having this stuff that can do thousands of backtesting rounds, changing all possible Gartley variation, testing all possible Gartley variations with all possible stop losses, entries, targets, B point, C point ratios. Well, never heard anybody having this stuff. That's why I think this is unique. Now let's get rid of the expectancies that is less than a quarter of my risk. Yes, I will go here, number filters, less than 0.25. You guys may also use the results from this file to create your own file and to attach it to MPS. Okay, so we have it this way, expectancy. Then we need to delete these lines. We want to get rid of them. Negative expectancy, those results that produce negative expectancy or small expectancy, we don't need these results. Okay, then let me get rid of those that have probability less than 50%. The win probability 0.5, less than 0.5, and let me delete this stuff. And now I have duplicating lines. After deleting this stuff, I have duplicating lines here, and let me do the following. So first I will sort them smallest to largest, and then I will sort them according to C point, smallest to largest. Okay, so now I have files, I have patterns, yes, but some of them are duplicating. So if I will show you this pattern has the same B point and the same C point, but it has different trade recommendations. Actually, if you trade it this way, you have this expectancy. If you trade it this way, you have that expectancy. Let me only use the one that is greater. Okay, 79 is the greatest, and I will delete the rest. Okay, then we have another pattern of 5634, 5634, two ways of trading it that can produce positive expectancy. We will choose the one that is greater and delete the one that is smaller. Okay, then nice pattern that almost always produces a positive expectancy regardless of how you trade it. Yes, it is 6734, 6734. Okay, and within this pattern we have the best expectancy of 1.27. yes, so 1.27. Delete the one that are above and delete those that are below. Okay, delete them. Then we have this pattern 7834, 7834, 7834, and we also have different ways of trading it. Yes, and let us choose the one that is the best, 92. So let's choose it, 92. Delete that. And okay, so 92 was this one. Then we have more trades, 4-5 to 4-5. Okay, the same pattern, many ways to trade it, and the best way to trade it is this one, 1.25. So let's delete above, and let's delete the one that is below. Okay, 1.25 is left. Then we have 5-6-4-5. Then we have 4-5-5-6. 3 ways of trading it, and let's delete this, those that are less than 0.31. Okay, delete them. Then, well, let me choose these ones, 4-5-5-6, and then we have this group, 4-5-6-7, 4-5-6-7. This one. The B point, C point is the same. Many ways of trading it. All of them generate positive expectancy, but let me choose the greatest. 65 is the greatest expectancy. Delete this. Then we have this group left. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 ways of trading it that generate positive expectancy, and let me delete 2 of them. Delete 2 of them. And then we have 3, 4, 8, 9. Okay, so that's it about setting the pattern. Let me go to filter them smallest to largest. Let me go filter them one more time, smallest to largest. Okay, so what we have okay, we have 10 recommendations of how to trade the file. Now let me simply delete this first line, and as I told you, we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first 8 entries. We can delete these ones. Well, let them first stay, and let me then delete them. Okay, save it, keeping the format of CSV. Yes, close it, and this way don't change the format. Let me rename this file, and as I told you in the very beginning of this video, it should be settings $30. And now let me place it into files, move it to files. Now we have settings $CSV, and if we will go to our euro-dollar, and if we will set this to true, should I set patterns from files? Okay, and you can see here's the name of the pattern right now is the number of setups found on history. You see it has name 3, and in section 2 we also have some patterns. So totally we have 1, 2, 3, 8 here and 2 in section 2. So total, how many? Well, 10 patterns. Every pattern is set according to its own parameters. Of course, you can differentiate between them, because by default the color is set to blue. You can differentiate between them. And here are those patterns. Some of them are having the take profit twice greater than stop loss. Some of them are having the inverse way. Okay, but they are the best patterns that produce the best expectancy based on past 20 years of data. Because on my chart, the test was from 1999. So based on past historical data, the patterns perform better if they are traded this way. So you see sometimes they actually pinpoint the entry. This one, and you see how small was the risk here. So it understands that the risk should be very small here. This one, you see, no need to risk very great amount, because the pattern typically reverses exactly at this reversal level, and the reversal level changes. This way it was 0.7 and here it was 0.8. Based on the pattern's parameters, it actually recognizes where the reversal should take place based on probabilities. So here it took place on 0.8, 0.8, but here, because the pattern was a bit different, it reversed at 0.7.